Today is my 1 year out of the broom closet anniversary. Last November 2nd, 2024, I officially made the announcement that I am coming out of the broom closet. This was a very liberating time. It was also very scary because I didn't know how others were gonna receive this information. Before I got into Awaken Magic Within, I had a brand called Size Happy. And since 2018, from 2018 to 2024, I was helping women who were sick from their breast implants. I was helping them with their body image. I was helping them with their health and with their healing and their recovery from an explant surgery. Before that, I was helping women with also fitness and their body image. I was a personal trainer in my 20s, a fitness coach, got into more of the body image side of things, got into the emotional eating and disordered eating side of things. That is definitely my background. That is where I started. But inside, I was always witchy. I always loved the spiritual aspect of everything. I'm also very deeply spiritual. And I always felt this calling and this nudge that this is what you're meant here to do. These are the types of conversations and things that you are meant to be having and creating. But, fear runs the show when you are in the broom closet and when you are witchy. But there came a point last year where I was done. And I basically told myself I am okay with losing others because losing myself is no longer an option. That was my narrative. I was done. And so I was like, all right, I need to just rip the bandaid off because I've been having this nudge to tap into the spiritual, I don't want to call it niche, but just to start talking more along the lines of spirituality and helping people find, faith within, helping people change their life through manifestation and through magic and all the spiritual things that I love. But I was very, very hesitant to do so, even though I felt like that truly was the calling on my heart. So last year, I was just like, look, I know this is going to be tough. This is going to be a big adjustment. People are going to be like, what the heck, as far as my clients go and my original audience. But I was like, this is what I'm here for. I've always known that. But like a lot of people, it's human nature to let fear and hesitation run the show. And last year, I decided to just stop all that. I decided to allow myself to have a transition period to where I nestled into my new self, my new life, my new message, my new mission, my new movement. And here I am, a year later, so happy that I ripped the Band-Aid off and I did this. It's been a year, a lot has changed, a lot has improved. I have so many little stories I can tell you, but what I can tell you overall is that oftentimes we can make things out to be worse than they are in our head. And so you might feel like when you share this side of you, everybody's going to come out of the woodworks and, have so many questions and you're going to get disowned and ousted by so many people and so many groups and you're just going to be left here alone. But sometimes that's actually a good thing because it allows you to tap back into yourself and who you truly are. But I will also say that most likely won't happen unless you have very, very religious friends and religious family. The chances of people actually caring that much about what you're into and who you are is very, very minimal. Over this last year, especially over these last 4 months especially, I have really tapped into helping people heal the witch wound because throughout this year, I have seen that as kind of a missing piece in this whole puzzle. There's a lot of women, including myself, who share rituals and share magical things and teachings and practices and all of that on social media. but I have only run across, maybe a dozen pieces of content that were in regards to the witch wound. And I was like, oh my gosh, this needs to be talked about way more. So that's what I've been doing. And we're actually in the middle of a witch wound healing series right now on my YouTube channel. So I have 5 videos before this one that are published that are all about the witch wound. So, that's kind of where this has led me also, is helping people on a much, much deeper level, and helping them feel confident and courageous with who they are and on their path and within their practice. Nobody has really left my life over the last year. Haven't had any kind of hard conversations with anybody. Most people were like, yeah, we knew this about you. Like, it's not really a surprise. I have an uncle who actually might watch this, who I think he was a missionary. He's gone to theology school. He's very well versed in Christianity teachings and the Bible and Jesus and all of that. And I remember a month after I came out of the broom closet, he texted me this beautiful message, and it made me cry. And it was so beautiful. It was just like, hey, I watched your video on YouTube and I've always known this about you. Your practices don't scare me. I was talking about Wicca in my video, and just reiterating I love you and all of this stuff. And it just made me feel, I don't know, just loved, because when you share things like this, you are scared. You don't want to make other people uncomfortable. You don't want other people to now see you as somebody you're not. And so for somebody in my life personally who is so deeply religious and tied to Christianity and the Bible and Jesus, who is probably my favorite uncle, for him to come to me and say, not only did I watch your video, but it was great, and I still love you, essentially. It was just a beautiful moment, and something that I will not forget. I'm trying to hold back tears here. But, I am just here to share, that it's been a year. I definitely want to bookmark this and share how it's been. Overall, it's been honestly so amazing. The most negativity that I've gotten, of course, is going to be on social media. So there was a video that I posted, I think in January of this year. So it was 3 months after I came out of the broom closet. I posted a video of me blowing cinnamon through my front door. That video went viral. It somehow got in front of a lot of Christians and Catholics. And I had so many people saying I rebuke this, turn to Jesus, this is bad. And that was the first time that I've ever had that type of interaction with people online. I feel look, if you're going to share this side of yourself with others, you have to kind of accept and acknowledge, and to a sense be okay with there's going to be people that come out of the woodworks who don't align with your path, and they're going to share their opinions and they're going to share their beliefs. And you have to, in a sense, I've had to learn how to not let it trigger me so much, because in the very beginning, it triggered me. I was first of all, I was where are these people coming from? 2, I was I would never comment on a religious person's post and share my spiritual beliefs with them, right? So it was almost how and why do they do this? And, it was also the first time that I really started to explore Christian beliefs and Catholic beliefs, and what do they believe in? Why do they believe these things? And I will say, this is something that I didn't think about that I want to talk about. Over the last year, I actually have started to study Christianity, and I've started to study Jesus and his story and also his teachings. And I will say that that is a beautiful thing that came out of me coming out of the broom closet and being met by people who are religious and telling them to like, you know, read this and look into that and Jesus and all that. And I was like, I actually want to know about Jesus. I'm a curious person. And so I started to learn about his teachings and his story. And I've come to like love Jesus. I don't and never have loved religion or dogma, like any religion. And I will say, like, I align with a lot of Christian beliefs and teachings. I align a lot with Buddhism. I align a lot with Hinduism, like Native American. There's a lot of beautiful teachings and truths that I find in a lot of religions. But I am somebody personally who can't box myself into one belief system, you know, or one path, because I'm too curious and I like to kind of think for myself, and I don't want to live this life feeling like I've put my blinders on and I'm only boxed into being able to read things from this book or like learn things from this path. I want to learn everything. And within doing that throughout my whole entire life, I feel like it's made me very well-rounded in a lot of things. Like, I don't know, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are kind of the same way, but it's just like my soul here in this lifetime, at least, cannot be stifled by just following one thing. I would feel like I'm missing out on so much more beauty and depth in life, that I just can't do it. Like, I can't. And I've considered, you know, maybe I should be Buddhist, or maybe I looked into Hindu or like Christianity, but it's like, no, I can't personally follow one path. I just can't. I'm not that person. Some people I think need that, and some people like that and prefer that, and they feel more comfortable just knowing what to do, what to believe, which books to read, and like everything else is just nonsense and all of that. I can't do it. So I will say that over this last year, I have had some very deep insights in regards to Jesus, and I've learned so much about him. And because I did not grow up in a religious household, I think that I do see things a little bit differently. I have a different perspective on some of his teachings. I don't take things so literally. I can see things through a very clear and pure lens when it comes to his teachings, without having like Christianity, I don't know if doctrine's the right word, but like Christianity teachings being attached to his teachings. So like some of the teachings that I personally love of his are the kingdom of God is within you. I have always felt that way. I feel like God and heaven are literally inside and all around us, like at all times. Another one of his teachings, which I think kind of, I won't get into it, but another one of his teachings is basically, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's the one where he says, like, basically, if you follow my path and you follow my ways and you do as I do, basically, then you will go on to do even greater things than me. And so this is like, he wasn't, in my interpretation, he wasn't here to tell us like, worship me. I am up here, and if you do what I do, you can be with me. No, he's like, if you do what I do and follow my path, you will do even greater things than me. And some people are like, Jesus is God, Jesus is King. And it's like, based on just that one phrase that he said, like, how can you even say that? Because he's saying like, we can become and do even greater things than him. So I'm not going to turn this into like religious perspectives here or anything like that. But I will say I have studied him, and I'm glad that it's brought me closer to him and his teachings, because oftentimes we can see him and then we associate it with Christianity or like Catholicism. And if you can just look at Jesus's teachings itself and not attach any kind of dogma to it, I think it's very beautiful. And something that we should all be learning from. So, you know, there was that aspect too of me coming out of the broom closet. I would say most of my relationships still very good. And it's been amazing to actually get to know other people on social media, especially on my Instagram where I'm the most active, and be there to guide them, or at least, you know, show them some things that I'm into. And I'm the first to tell you, I'm not like, I'm not an expert. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I love learning and I know a lot. And I'm happy to guide anybody who has a question or anything like that. So just kind of wanted to share that it's been a year. It's been amazing. If you at all are witchy or very spiritual, and you really, really do wish that you could share this side of you with others, that you could share the things that you're into with others. If you like deeply, deeply want that for yourself and for your life, I really highly encourage you to just do it, to start small, to maybe show somebody a crystal, or to maybe like wear a little witchy shirt that has like, you know, those little tarot card shirts that says like the priestess or the whatever, like wear something. Or I don't know, like kind of nudge it into your conversations with people. And you know what's coming up is like work on the fear, because fear is ultimately the thing that's running the show. The fear of being ridiculed, ousted, like not loved anymore, not accepted, the fear of losing people. You know, fear really does run the show when you have the witch wound. But, you know, I have so many resources about the witch wound. I don't want to make it about that on this video, but it is the time right now that we are in Samhain, we are in the dark half of the year, to go within, find what's not working, find where you're selling yourself short, find where you are dimming your light, find where you aren't able to be your true, authentic self. Like, find all those little cracks in your life and see how you can make things better and worthwhile. Because there's nothing better than waking up every day just knowing it's safe and okay for me to be who I am. It's safe for me to show up as who I am. It's safe for me to talk about the things that I want to talk about, that I'm into. Like, it's just safe. Your nervous system will feel safe. Your mind will feel calmer. And just know that if and when you do start to heal the witch wound, you know, in the beginning, it's going to be a little rough, of course. Like, you're going to have probably tough conversations with people. People might misunderstand you, and that's to be expected. But at the end of the day, we just need to always lead with love and have patience for ourselves and for others. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's been 1 year, and so happy to have met so many of you and to be on this ride with you. And here's to many more years to come. All right, stay tuned for videos in the future. I will, after this video, be doing more witch wound healing videos. So, and be sure to check out the description area below. I will leave some links to some things that I have created over the last year to help you tap into and harness the magic that's inside and all around you. So be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And here we go, another year.